What's up, guys? It's Hunter.
I'm Tyler.
And we have two amazing guests with us today.
Thank you.
Introduce yourselves.
So I'm JLK.
Azpect.
Yeah, tell a little bit about where you guys are from. I think it's Canada. You guys are both in Canada right now, right?
Yeah, currently we both live in Canada. I'm originally from the UK.
Sorry.
Obviously, yeah, so she's from Vancouver, Canada. I'm from London, UK originally. But then obviously, yeah, I've come out to Canada to meet her and yeah, that's kind of where it all started, really, isn't it? So yeah, it's good. Currently.
Yeah, no, I'm from Canada, born and raised, always lived there. Gone out to the UK a few times. Been DJing since 2008. Since I was 15 years old, my mom brought me into the music industry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, she brought me into the scene. Threw me a rave for my 15th birthday.
What?
Dang.
That's crazy, man. When she told me that, I was like, no.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, sorry to interject, but I think you started off with house, right?
Started off with house,
You had a alias, Miss Fawny.
Someone's done some research.
Oh gosh, yes. Yeah, that name was a little embarrassing, but you know, that was the learning stage for me, and I went with that. I got in a car accident in 2010 or 11, I believe it was, and had to go to Vancouver for a doctor's appointment. And at that time, that's when I arranged a meeting with a music school to apply and everything. Got a scholarship.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
2012, moved myself to Vancouver once I got that settlement, and
Incredible.
moved to Vancouver by myself at 19 and
Dang.
went to school for 2 years for audio engineering and music production.
That's that like instant. That's that karma. Like any bad has a good. You know,
It's
the
literally
yin
not
and
your
yang,
fault,
like
really.
like literally meant to happen.
I mean, it was.
Incredible.
You know, yeah, no, it was nuts. But I was doing house for a while, and it came to a point where it's like, I wasn't playing what I loved, and I was honestly at the point where I was about to give up DJing. I didn't know anybody. I was very secluded and like a hermit a little bit, in a relationship at the time, and I was about to give up music. And at that time, like when I got that settlement, because I couldn't afford equipment when I was starting out, you know, I was using a laptop where it had to be plugged in all the time.
Yeah.
That was crashing. I learned on playing on any type of equipment I could possibly play on, like learning on vinyl, learning on controllers, learning in,
Consuming.
you know, played my first show at an after hours club when I was 15 years old.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Like, not allowed, but you know.
Yeah.
I did it, and
Less cell phones back then.
yeah, exactly.
The old little Nokias that you'd play Snake on or something like that.
Yeah.
Right, and I mean, yeah, no, it was nuts. And I just kept with it. You know, my principal from school gave me 4 credits to do 100 hours of anything I wanted, which obviously I chose DJing.
Yeah.
And he knew that I was doing that. Hired me to play the high school prom.
Wow.
It was just, started playing more and more festivals and shows.
Yeah.
It was nuts. And then moved to Vancouver, but then moving to a big city, nobody knows me. And
Start over.
I'm not a social person, not like he is.
I'm a bit more out there when it comes to the socialising type.
Yeah.
There's definitely a balance.
I'm really shy.
Literally the middle ground.
Right.
That's perfect. Then.
And so,
Yeah,
like, I met another female DJ, and she brought me into the scene. And she introduced me to everybody. And in that first year, it's like, that's when I was about to give up DJing in 2018. And she introduced me to everybody. And I just, one of my friends, Fibes, I don't know if you know who Fibes is. He told me, he's like, make a 30-minute drum and bass mix that'll impress me. I'm like, all right, challenge taken.
Yeah.
And so I did. And things just started popping off from there. Got signed to Formation Records. Started making a lot of drum and bass. And found my passion again. And like, yeah, it was.
That's awesome.
It's yeah.
That's like such a fast this happened and this happened and this happened. Like just like a perfect.
It all
like,
happened so
at,
quickly, and it was like, well, I mean, I guess from like 2018. 2019 things really popped off. I think I played about maybe 40 shows that year.
Wow.
2019. And then just as I'm about to get signed to Formation Records, COVID happens.
Always
But that
like
was that gave me the ability to rebrand myself.
Cool.
So that's when I'm like, okay, you know what? Leave Miss Fondy in the past. People know me as house music and all that.
Yeah.
And chose the name Azpect, and
Which is a sick name.
and honestly, people always ask me, they're like, "Oh, how did you choose the name Azpect?" I'm like, honestly, again, it was I sent a list of like a bunch of names from like a name generator.
Yeah.
I sent it to my friend Fives, and he's like, Azpect, it's right there. He's like, it starts with an A, it's short, it's memorable, and if set or like if lineups are sorted, from A to Z, you're always at the top.
always,
I'm like,
That's smart.
perfect, right?
Yeah,
And
very good,
with an S,
obviously.
it was taken, so I just changed it to a Z, so it is
Perfect.
pronounced Aspect, not Azpect.
Aspect. Aspect.
But
it's a funny story, that. Very funny story.
we will get into that.
We're getting some lore here right
All
now.
right.
It is a very amusing scenario.
So it's really, for people that are watching that don't know, these are two newly engaged.
Yes.
They just came out here. He just proposed to
Yes.
her, which is amazing. Congratulations,
Thank you
guys.
so much,
Seriously,
guys.
that's a
Appreciate it
beautiful.
massively.
Thank you.
They came out here to play for an Abyss night.
Yeah.
And they've been out on vacation since and got
Yeah.
engaged just the other day.
Yeah.
Just got engaged
incredible.
3 days ago. Had my birthday
days, yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Please scoot this way a little.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, no, that's incredible. Marriage is amazing.
Thank you,
It's a beautiful
appreciate it.
thing.
Oh, man.
That's so
I've been
crazy.
planning it for a while. I was just trying to
Congrats.
find the right plan to do. I had a few other options. I was going to do it on the night of the show, but then I thought it might not be the right place. I wanted to make it a little bit more
Yeah.
Personal.
sentimental, personal. Do you know what I mean? So then I thought, do you know what? The first evening when we got here, we went for a little walk on the beach, and then she see her favourite tree, and then obviously the place that it was at, and I was just like, this could work. And then when we met Nick the other night with the drone.
Yeah.
And he was talking about he'd love to do some work with us with the drone, and then she even said about, oh, what if we was to get him just doing a little bit of footage with us, as in like the sunsets. And then I was like, put two and two together. So then I rang Nick and I was like, how do you feel about videoing the proposal? And he was like, oh, that'd be an honour. So that's kind of then where it happened. And then obviously I blindfolded her, took her to the spot, and then it's a mazza. Because I didn't expect anyone to be there, and there was loads of people just there at the beach, etc. And
Drop the ring.
I dropped the ring. My hands were so clammy because I was like anxiety and stuff. But then, literally, as I got down on one knee, everyone started cheering and stuff, and it just made it a little bit more just.
Got that power.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It made it a little bit more easier to just get on with it, and then if anything, it turned out pretty beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Congrats.
We've still got to go through all the drone footage and the other camera angles, and then put it all together and make a bit of a little video type thing.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
awesome.
that's in the
Another
works.
really cool Hawaii memory. Like you guys
Yeah,
came
exactly.
here, you played, you got to go
Exactly.
hike, and then
It's funny because a lot of people are like, oh my god, it happened so fast. And it's like, well, for one, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
Of
But
course.
not only that, it's like we could tell them how we met.
I would
There's
love to hear.
probably
So basically, it started from.
You posted your
I
album.
posted a teaser of my EP album onto the TMA school site, which is run by Don Darko and Blackout. And
I
Oh,
love those
sick.
guys.
Love
That's my
them.
two favorite.
Yeah.
Sure, dude. I'm
So,
obsessed with
We
those
both
two.
we looked at it. We both signed up for TMA. What was it, 4 days apart from each other back in July,
Yeah.
and
And it's been crazy. So since obviously I joined TMA, my networking has just gone off, and
It's awesome.
everything is just build and build and build. So then literally, I put a little teaser out on the school, and and then she commented on it saying about how good it was, and obviously her name Chiffon, her real name Chiffon.
Yeah.
I've never seen it spelt that way. So I'm thinking it's a geezer or a bro. So I've commented, oh, thank you so much, bro.
you're like, thank you, my brother.
And then she comes back and she's like, I'm not a bro, I'm a female. And I just thought, I felt so bad. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to...
And it was commented on the post, so everyone's
So
alive.
everyone see it as well, so it's a little bit embarrassing. So I thought, you know what, I'll give her a little inbox and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to call you bro. And then obviously from there, it just kind of panned out. We started talking a little bit, nothing too much.
September 13th for me was when the comment happened.
Yeah, which was, it's embarrassing at first.
That's so funny though.
It's funny because it's we started talking a little bit and just you know, like
Just friendly chat.
friendly, not like trying to pursue anything at that point.
It was just
And then it wasn't until he
corrupted my hard drive.
yeah, and because
Corrupted my hard drive,
he
yeah.
corrupted his hard drive, and I had just gone through that because I had bought a new computer, and so when I was transferring my information or like transferring things to my new computer, I had an external hard drive that I plugged in, and I didn't realize that when you're using, I think it's Time Machine or something, like I think it's Time Machine. I didn't realize you had to have that hard drive cleared, that it was taking over the whole thing. I thought it would just take up extra space on it, not wipe your hard drive and start putting new stuff on it.
Oh wow!
And that hard drive was everything from when I first had my very first computer up until 2022.
That's
probably
crazy.
like this is
Definitely a lot more than what I know.
my entire history.
Yeah.
Everything on that
The whole
hard drive.
portfolio.
Wow.
Everything. So I'm like, how do I fix this?
That's crazy.
I figured it out. I used disk drive or disk drill before they changed it, and now you have to pay a bunch of which I might have paid. I don't remember if I did.
I would pay.
Whatever I did, I recovered. I think I
I
probably paid for it. Recovered everything. Thank God. I mean, some files were renamed. I'm fine with that. At least I recovered the majority of stuff. They had to reconstruct a lot of things, but it was done. I dealt with that. So when he commented or like made that post, he's like,
corrupted my hard drive.
he corrupted his hard drive. I was the first one to comment. I'm like, use disk drill, blah blah blah.
Shout out Distro.
Yeah, 100%.
Come sponsor us. Actually, that sounds great.
Which now apparently isn't a part of setup, which kind of sucks. Which setup, get back on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he.
I didn't know how to use it, so after I downloaded it, I then sent her a little video of like what I was working with, and I said, how'd you do this, how'd you do that? And then I think it was from then.
That was the first time I heard your voice.
The
I'm
first
like,
time she heard my
oh,
voice. And
hi.
that is when I think things went a little bit more
Forward.
Well, kind of. We literally like marked down the dates of everything.
Oh, that's so cute.
So like that.
That was our first sort of initiation properly, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, and he's like, how do you pronounce your DJ name?
Yeah, because I was thinking, like,
he sent me a voice note.
Obviously, Azpect is spelled with an S.
Yeah.
So he sent me a voice note. And he's like, how do you pronounce your DJ name? And he tried to say it, and it was misspoken. I'm like, one of my friends.
Which was just embarrassing.
Well, but one of my friends was like, you should sample that.
You should.
Which I did.
Oh, yeah. That's the funniest thing. And then she was like, I'm going to sample that. And then she sent me...
and like, I'm never going to hear the end of it. So I sampled it.
Yeah.
Which I threw it over a track that I had already started. But it sounded so sick.
It sounded fucking good. Sorry about that.
That was November 17th.
Yeah.
That was our first video chat.
That was our first video.
So November 14th was the call, like the
Uh-huh.
November 14th was like the I'm sampling this.
That's true love. I don't care what you say. If you start talking to a girl and she samples your voice and puts it in a song,
right.
that's it.
Right?
That's
how you know.
You
like,
close it.
You know what I'm saying?
November 17th was our first video call. And like when we got both, like I was like sweating a little bit. I'm like, oh my God. So we got on the video call. We both like lost, like we couldn't speak.
Lost for
like,
words. Couldn't even.
We couldn't put sentences together.
That's so cute.
Because we're just like, what the heck? And then
There you go.
But that was a 5.5 hour call.
Wow.
Next day, 9 hours. Next day, 10 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
That whole
So
week
within 6 days, we accumulated 60 hours of video
60
chat.
plus.
Giving me like goosebumps. It's so cool. Literally.
Within
That's
10
so
days,
cute.
so November 17th was our
It was,
first video chat.
Yeah.
November 27th, he flew to Canada
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally.
on a one-way ticket.
That's all. That's
Wait.
yeah. Yes, sir.
And he's not,
I get it, dude. I get it.
he's
That's
not
amazing.
one to
If
ever
If someone
do that.
like she did like that, like that's just incredible. Like
we
That's what I mean.
Good stuff, man.
we
No, I
stayed awake
appreciate
an
it.
entire weekend because we just did not want to hang up the
I
phone.
could not. Like, I
Yeah.
couldn't sleep because of excitement. Like,
I was
Wow.
going
Yeah.
out and like meeting one of my girlfriends, Sharky. Love her.
Shout out Sharky, by the way.
Yeah.
Come on the podcast, Sharky.
Yeah.
Give you a
Oh my
point of
God,
view.
yes. Yes. She's a
I want her
wicked.
side.
Wait, I think
Story.
we follow her on Sharky
She's-
DnB?
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
she
yeah.
did,
I
yeah.
have seen her Instagram lately.
No,
now that I
seriously,
think
she's
about
one
it.
of my
Yeah,
besties. She's
Yeah,
like,
she's
That's awesome.
She's a sick
She's the one
DnB
that does the
DJ.
mixing with like the
And she
the
sings.
background.
Yes.
She's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
wicked,
yeah.
she has a wicked voice.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Watching
Yeah,
stuff,
Yeah, so she's one of my good friends.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
So,
awesome.
like,
Watching
so
stuff, yeah.
I went to go meet up with her because she's like, oh, do you want to come to this show with me? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I went to go and meet up with her, and like when I get there, it was so funny because when I got there and I was like, I had hung up the phone with him, I'm like, hey, I'm with one of my friends. I'm like, I'm with her now. And she's like, and then I was telling her about him. She's like, wait, I was with you the day that he called you brother.
Which is just, you couldn't write that. You know,
And she was
Yeah.
so, like, she was vibing off my energy. She was so giddy. We called him.
Yeah.
We stayed on the phone with him
the whole night.
the whole night through. We went to the show,
It was
Yeah.
like I
stayed
was
on the
there
phone with him the
at
entire
event,
show,
yeah. It's-
went back to my house, stayed with
was-
him until I fell asleep
Yeah.
because we didn't sleep the Friday night because we were on the phone the whole time.
Yep.
The show was the Saturday night.
It was
So now it's Sunday morning and I like fall asleep. And she's like, should I wake him up? She's like,
I said to her, don't wake her up, just let her sleep. And I'll sleep for tomorrow, do you know what I mean? 'Cause she's had a long weekend.
Yeah.
yeah.
And literally that evening, it was like I was in the event with her because I was on the phone and she was in the crowd and then backstage. And it was like I was basically there with her
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole night. I mean, what female do you know that's on the phone, that's going out, just stays on the phone to the whole time? Which is,
My wife.
Literally.
My
Or I would
wife.
say,
Literally.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's it's been a
It's been crazy.
It's
And
been
then
crazy.
just like
Yeah.
when he so then we're just like we booked the tickets for him to come and I'm like, okay, well, let's just book a ticket so it shows that you're exiting Canada at some point, so it's
Yeah.
not just a one-way ticket. So I looked up like the cheapest tickets to fly somewhere. So we're like, oh, Vegas.
Vegas
$105 in March. Let's just book it end of March.
just to
Like, you know what I mean? Just to
Yeah.
show that there's an exit ticket.
Yeah.
He forgot that we booked that.
yes. So when I got to customs, like they kept me hostage for
They-
two
it
and a
was
half
like-
hours.
It was like
When
border
are you
control.
leaving?
Seriously, it was like
Yeah.
it's like
It
I
was
was
like
on an
he was on
episode
an
of Border
episode,
Control.
yeah.
Because they took my phone, they went through all my phone, all
his
my
messages.
messages, started
Yeah.
going through my pictures, and I'm like, hang on a minute, I've
Yeah.
got some.
Yeah.
I've got some stuff on there
You like
don't
that,
want to be seeing.
huh?
Yeah, it's like, you're an adult, whatever you get up to is up to you. And I'm like, that's sentimental. Like, I want to be keeping
Yeah,
that
yeah.
under.
It's on my phone.
It's like,
Yeah,
you can't be doing
right?
that, you know what I mean?
It's
And
like
then,
it's like a violation.
That
it
is
was
a violation.
I felt violated.
So
like,
it was funny. So then I had landed because I was on a flight there from Vancouver. So
Yeah.
backstory a little bit. He flew to Calgary because
Yeah.
Calgary was a $400 flight, and flying to Vancouver was a $1,300
Yeah,
flight.
wow.
Same distance, just
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
1,100 cheap.
So I'm like, you know what?
yeah.
It was $80 for me to fly to Calgary. I'm like, I'll just go to Calgary to go meet
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
So I flew to Calgary to go and meet him. And my flight got in an hour later. So as we touch ground, my phone's ringing and
And it
it's
was
CBSA.
It was the officer.
And they're like,
He was-
somebody,
yeah.
or no, I started getting a voicemail, and it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah,
and
he
I
definitely
could,
voicemail.
because
Yeah.
my phone
Yeah, it's like
tells
the
me
transcript,
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
transcript. It's
Yeah.
like, hi, somebody's here from England trying to use your name to come into the country,
Never
and I
heard
just
of 'em.
answered. I'm like,
I think
and,
it's
but the thing
cool.
is, it's like now the plane is like, people are all shut up, like it's silent because
Yeah.
we were taxiing, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
The plane was silent, and I'm like trying to answer these awkward questions. How long have you known him? What, like, have you,
Yeah,
like, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. I'm like,
Weirdest question.
this is so awkward. I'm like, can I just come and speak to you in person? Like, this
Yeah.
is kind of private information.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still sitting on the plane. Like, I've landed. Tell me where you are. I'll come and meet you and talk to you in person right now.
Yeah.
Because they didn't think his answers were good enough.
That's crazy.
I've never been put on the spot like that in my life.
Yeah, I'd
Like,
clam up too. I hate
seriously?
it. We work
So,
with
like-
cops all the time, and
Like,
every time they're like, "Hey,
it
how's
was
it going?"
just-
I'm like, "I didn't do anything."
Right? So,
Literally,
like,
I literally, because I weren't getting, she booked everything, so I didn't really know what
I
to
filled
do
out all
or
the
what to
paperwork,
say.
everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, literally, one more lie and you're back to England. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? Like, she's not
He
even
had
here
this
yet.
whole thing planned in his head too, of like what he was gonna do when he meets me, and
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like,
had a proper little
Yeah.
first meeting.
and now
like,
it's
gentleman.
CBSA
Yeah.
walking
he-
about.
he just- yeah, I felt.
But yeah, so
You're
like,
like, wait a second. Give me a deck and my USB, and I'm gonna blow you away right
So
here. Right
literally-
now.
so what
Literally,
happened was like
literally.
I went to go and meet CBSA in person, and I just started trying to like, cause I could comfortably talk to them, show
Right,
them like,
yeah.
you know what, like this is the situation, blah blah blah, like, and he's like, oh, like, and then I'm like, I'm also native, blah blah blah, and he's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're native, and he starts trying to talk to me in Cree.
which
I don't know Cree.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm native, but like I've never been taught Cree.
Yeah.
But border control, because of the whole like reconciliation thing,
Mm.
they have to learn it. I'm like,
of course,
You're like,
and
I don't know that. But he's like, oh, and I'm just asking him questions. He's answering. It was about half an hour I was talking to him
Wow.
for. He
Yeah.
ended up giving me his name, the number for the office. He said, if you have any more questions,
Yeah.
call me. You can talk to me. I work these days. And he's like, and he extended his trip.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally extended
Which
it
was
from 3
great.
months to like 6 months. And
Nice.
Yeah.
it's just who you talk
Extended
to
his
and
trip.
yeah.
And then he goes to walk him out. And I'm just standing there. It was
Should've
just.
stood there running.
That's perfect.
It's like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you now.
It's like, you know, that's when you get that crazy out of the way, like instantly, and it's like, boom, now it's like, this is easy.
At least
It
just
was
a story to tell now.
Yeah.
Of course, it was
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Incredible, yeah.
If I'm honest.
And honestly, like, from that moment, it's like, we realized how similar we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
How
similar.
much of, like, the same ideas, and not even tendencies, but it's like, ideas. We have the same palette. We
You
have,
guys are gonna
like,
crush it.
We're
Together,
just, like-
you're gonna crush it.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
seriously,
know?
brother, yeah.
and, like, in the parts where we're opposite, it's like, I'm the calm to a storm. Or,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? I'm
It's the
just like...
balance.
I can't wait to hear what you guys like make together.
Man, it's
Seriously,
just like,
before we come out,
I love
we'll-
the dirty, heavy, like,
Yeah, that's what we.
grimy
that's what we
drum and
like,
bass,
yeah.
and then he's like the liquid, like uplifting.
Yeah.
So like what we could make together
Oh,
is
The
incredible.
like,
combination of
Yeah.
the two is just,
It's
it's
just-
gonna be.
and he
Amazing.
brings out a
Cool.
side of me where it's like I can 100% be myself. I could be my silly self, everything. And he just
same,
loves
yeah.
it. And I'm
That's
like,
beautiful.
I
Yeah.
love it. I think it's cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
That's
That's awesome.
What a couple. Well, I would like to now, if it's
Yeah.
okay with you, hear your story about
Yeah,
how
of
you
course.
got into music as
So
well.
I mean, for me, music it goes back from, well, Jesus, from a young age. So my mum, she was
15
obviously-
through a rave for you.
not, do you know what? Not that young. But so yeah, my mum has always been very musically inclined. Same with my dad. He's been in bands, he's produced,
Cool.
etc. And then obviously through school, I started playing drums, and I was in a band at school, done a load of like events at school, etc. And that kind of got me into the sort of idea of just music, etc. And then it wasn't until I got to the next stage of school, which funnily enough, so I don't know what you guys call it out here, but like, so my tutor, my form, so you like when you go for registration or whatever,
Okay.
was actually in the music block, so that it would be surrounded by music production equipment, like midis and everything like that. So I used to just sit there and just
Jam.
mess around because I didn't
Yeah.
know anything about music production. Then all I knew was to play drums. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it kind of started. And then it wasn't until after school I then went to my first rave, and then I was like, this is kind of
How
okay.
can I do
Life.
this?
But then I thought to myself, I said, because obviously I used to rap as well. So I think from the age of like 14 to 16, I used to rap and rap lyrics and etc. And that's where it kind of stemmed into wanting to do more. But I knew that maybe the rapping career wouldn't really kind of go anywhere to some extent because it's a long shot. Do you
It's
know what I mean?
tough,
It's
yeah.
a tough.
I can imagine out there too, because I listen to a lot of like drill and
That's what I mean.
grime
It's,
and
it's,
like
unless
the
you've got
UK,
like in the UK at the moment, like it's hard because they promote so much like gang related stuff. And,
Yeah.
Like in the it's all just with the drill now. So I grew up
Yeah.
with like grime and which was obviously the beginning before drill, etc. So
Yeah.
drill now for me, I like it, but I just don't really understand half the stuff they're saying.
yeah, that's.
Like, yeah,
I listen to it a
it's like-
lot, and yeah.
I can't understand it, but so yeah, the rapping for me was another little forte. But then as like I say, it was the rave, and I said to myself, I was like, I want to be behind it instead of in the crowd. So then I kind of didn't do anything for a while, and then I didn't actually rave for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Ended up moving out of my hometown to Welwyn Garden City in the UK, and then just doing a load of other stuff. And then I don't think it was literally, I've been DJing and producing for the last maybe 3 years now.
Sick.
So that's when I've got into it properly, and it's a funny story. So I didn't start with decks. I literally started with my laptop and this app called Virtual
Virtual
DJ.
DJ.
Virtual
Oh, yeah,
DJ.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm literally mixing with my mouse and
I
keyboard.
had that on my phone, I think.
I've
like,
done
yeah,
that
the-
before.
And,
When I
it's
started.
it's a funny story because after about a year of DJing, I was still using the laptop, and I was like, I want to get some decks. But the decks that I ended up getting were DDJ 200, so they're like the very basic
Okay.
sort of decks, if you want to call it that. So once I got them, I started to get a little bit more into it, and I ended up still using my keyboard and mouse as deck 3 and 4, because obviously on the DDJs you've only got 2 deck channels, etc. So I was using them as the main 1 and 2, and then I was using C and space. So C was Q, space was play, and then on the arrows, arrow left was Q, arrow up was play. So I was then using 4 decks, but without having 4 decks, etc. So, and then I carried on going, making mashups. That's what I was really doing. So I was almost kind of remixing songs, but into my own sort of way of using record box to remix. I didn't even really use Ableton or anything like that. So
It's like doing like mashup, like edit kind
yeah,
of thing.
yeah, literally. But it would sound like a one. I could have 3 songs in there, and it would all just sound like one song. And it got to a point where I don't know if you guys have heard of them, Data Transmission. I ended up submitting a mix for them, which they accepted, and then I kind of was working with them for a little bit, and they put me in a magazine, etc. But on that mix, my levers on the volume, they were broken, because where I kept travelling around with my decks, they'd be fully up, but it would be just fluttering on like the half. Yeah. So I still then thought to myself, don't let it get you down, just carry on, just keep doing what you're doing. And I literally managed to get a whole hour mix perfect with decks that were broken, still using the Q and space as deck 3, and the arrow left and up as deck 4, and I managed to submit the whole mix to them, which they accepted. And everyone else that I've said this to, they're like, how have you done that? To the point where I done the mix, submit the mix, and they accepted it, blah blah blah. And I was working with them for a little bit, which it was my own fault, because I ended up just not doing anything. If I'm honest, mental health was a massive part to play. I ended up just getting a little bit down within myself and not really doing any music. But then, no, it's fine. It's I suppose it's part of life these days. You know what I mean? But then, so they put me in a little magazine, which was quite cool. They done a little write up on me, which was nice, and
brought you back up.
Literally, so that brought me back up, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna keep going, keep doing my thing, and I think it was at one point after that, it was, do you know what, it was my nan. She was like, why are you not doing music anymore? I said, I am, but it's just I can't really evolve or progress without the correct equipment, because I wanted to then get into the production side of things, make my own music. Cause you can only mash up so many tracks to the point where
you start hearing it too. You start hearing it. You're like, man, what if they did this? And
exactly. I was hearing other things, and I said to my nan, like, it's just I haven't got the right equipment. And you know what? God bless my nan. She's still here, thank God. And my music is dedicated to her, because I wouldn't be sat here today if it wasn't for her to get me the equipment. So she bought me the Opus quads. And I bought a few other bits, like a package which came with like the MIDI, the Ableton, etc. So then that was like the get-go. Yeah. And if I'm honest, that was only last year in December that I started producing.
That's when we started. Yeah.
So it's been a tough year. I've not really had any days off, and I've just been grafting, grinding, learning this, that, and there's other things that I must have watched so many videos, and obviously you want to be the best, you've got to learn from the best. So you watch all these other big producers doing what they're doing.
It talks to them.
And so then, like I say, that's where I then started producing, and it was literally within the first 6 months of producing. I've been watching Don Darko and Blackout.
Dude, they are just
for a long time.
I was in the Blackout like Patreon for a while.
Oh, wow.
Just like watching his like just how he does stuff, because like truly like one of my favorite guys to watch. Like,
and the energy that them two have.
That's it. That is it.
Unbelievable. So like I'm watching these guys on Instagram, and then literally within 6 months I'm in a fucking group call with them on FaceTime.
It's amazing. Like,
full circle, so
weekly
fast.
calls with them. It's great.
Yeah, we have weekly calls with them on a Tuesday, which is
next time tell them I said hi.
Oh, we will do. Fingers crossed.
We'll get you into the loop.
100%. They are. Guys, I think they are going to come to the wedding as well.
I think I've mentioned them,
which is cool.
I think I've mentioned them to every drum and bass person that's come out here, like Georgie and Daquan and all them. I'm like, you guys know Blackout?
No, it's so funny because they just commented too. They're like, oh my god, this just made our year.
Yeah. So when obviously I wouldn't have met her if it wasn't for the TMA. So I posted in there like, if it weren't for you guys, like, cause, do you know what the funniest thing is? We she had her group call with them, and they didn't obviously know that I was out here, and then I'm on the camera, and they're like, what are you doing here? And then I just pointed the camera to her, Siobhan, and I was just like, bosh, there you go. And then to be fair, if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't have.
No.
Oh,
What
shut
they
off
put
again.
two and two
Shut
together?
off.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I have no idea why.
No,
Is
no,
this
it's
battery? Is it charged?
Cool. All right. Sorry about that.
Fine. No, you're
Yeah,
fine.
back.
Right, where was
I'm
it?
Hunter. That's Tyler. This is JLK. This is Azpect.
Malfunctioning.
Back from a little
camera.
break.
Camera's having a day. But yeah.
Blackout.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. So,
Tell me more about him.
yeah. So then obviously we were obviously still involved with the TMA, and then we were telling them just like if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have met each other. And then obviously when I proposed, we put it in the group chat, or the group, and they were just like, even Donnie, he was like, this has made my year, and they were like, when's the wedding? So if anything, when the wedding is, fingers crossed they do want to come out, but hopefully we'll get them there, and it'll be it's going to be a
full
massive.
We'll do a
circle,
back-to-back
that's
set.
That'd be
Like,
awesome.
Their
It's gonna be-
mixing is that's why I want to meet him so bad. I want him
Honest-
to teach me how to
when
how
I
to do
saw,
what
like-
they do
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Is what I want us to do together.
when
Yeah,
I saw
no,
like
no, I
their
feel you,
back to back, like one on one side, one on the other, it's like battle mixing.
Yeah.
Like
It's
that's
just-
so
that was
sick.
just sick.
I'm
And
like,
'cause they're-
no way, that's such a
'cause they're-
good
yeah.
idea. 360 battle
Yeah.
mixing.
And because they're best friends as well, you can know that it's always going to be a good fucking energy vibe. type
We
thing, do you know
we
what I mean?
bounce back and forth like every couple songs usually.
Yeah.
But it's not as aggressive. They're so aggressive.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
like,
that,
the jump up, you know.
When it comes into their
Their
dude,
energy is
their energy
just-
is just it's sick.
It's
But
wicked,
then
yeah.
I
spinning
think
each other out all the time.
so. I mean, like I say, shout outs to TMA, Don Darko, Blackout,
Love
and
you guys.
Joshua. If it weren't for you guys, do you know what I mean? We wouldn't even be sat here today. So it's fucking
Yeah.
apologies for the language.
You're okay, man.
But yeah, so that's and then like I say, I've been doing an EP, making songs, etc. And it was the first event that you took me to down at Red Room in
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Benny Page was there, Decline and
Big
Ed
Rich.
Solo, which was crazy because we were backstage and I'm sat there looking at these guys that I've been listening to for God knows how long,
Yeah.
and then within about half an hour I'm chatting with Benny Page and I thought, this is my chance to maybe just show him a little something. And within 45 seconds of me showing him one of my tracks, he's like, I'm signing it straight away, which was just.
That's it, brother.
That's
Let's
awesome.
go, man.
Yeah.
You got
Congrats.
to, you know what I mean? The
That's
opportunity's
beautiful,
there.
man.
You don't sleep on it.
100%.
And
Jump for it.
and then literally when he got back to England, prior to them, I'm missing out something. So then Decline came back to ours with his missus and ended up mixing on her decks with my music, which was just. It was like someone wake me up. Do you know
Got a
what I
noise
mean?
complaint from that.
We got a noise complaint that night, which was worth it. In my
First time
opinion.
I've ever had in 3 years,
And,
which is surprising because I bumped it, but
Yeah. No.
apparently I was vibrating the pictures off the walls.
Literally. And I said to the next day, I ended up taking some chocolates up to apologise. And I said, I'm so sorry about it, but
Yeah,
this-
my
this
neighbors
is
are sweet.
an evening that we could not have passed up on.
Yeah.
And then obviously Benny got back to the UK and I messaged him and he now wants to do an EP with me. So once we get back off Hawaii, I've got to crack on. I've got a lot of stuff.
Just go.
Yeah.
It's
Grab
going to
some
be
music
full on,
scene.
full steam
Yeah.
ahead. Like
Yeah.
there's no.
You get those opportunities. You
Oh,
take
This is
them.
what I mean. An opportunity like this doesn't come around every day.
Man,
you know
look,
what I mean?
now you have you guys can bounce back and forth now.
We're
You can be
literally
like, check
just
it, check,
like-
check, check,
I-
check.
Literally.
Your pace is about to speed up so much. It's going to be
100%.
incredible.
What I
100%.
love is like we're both on an uphill,
Yeah.
Trajectory, yeah, 100%,
and
yeah.
like we bounce off each other,
Yeah.
and our weaknesses balance out with our
With the
each
so
other's
cool.
strengths.
Yeah.
So we're just like definition of power couple.
100%,
We're just
yeah.
like,
That's like us, except we don't kiss. So.
wow.
Well, I mean,
Maybe we kiss a cow about that.
I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But,
No.
yeah, so if I'm honest, I do believe that this year will be a very
I,
positive.
I
We're gonna be
think I
watching.
think
We're
where
gonna
we
be watching.
clash a little
Yeah.
bit is us both being like alphas.
Yeah. So
Let's
she's
both
an alpha
being-
female,
Do it.
I'm an alpha male. So it's
So,
very,
Where the
That's-
clash comes is when we're both in the studio and we're both like trying to make a track.
because then I'm like, oh yeah, but do this and then do that.
And
then
I'm
I
like,
can see that she's
no,
getting-
but like, let's do this.
So then
Yeah.
we want to basically when we get back to Vancouver, we're gonna have our own not separate studios.
His
but
and
our
her
own-
studios.
His and her studios
Yeah.
because when I'm trying to make music and she's doing hers, I can't focus on mine.
You gotta get
because
bigger
then
speakers.
I can hear her.
Keep upgrading back and forth.
Well, and it's funny because it's like the track. So I just had to I just submitted a track to it's a International Women's Day album with the ton of
Congrats,
female
that's amazing.
drum and bass
So
artists
sick, dude. What?
from around the world.
Wow.
So
That's sick.
I got asked to be a
Massive.
part of this album.
Yeah,
so
It's crazy.
Who else on that?
oh god, Natty Lou.
Incredible.
God.
She just followed us like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no
and,
way.
we've
That's
just
cool.
been like.
So she's the one that started the project.
Oh,
and
okay,
so like
cool,
her
yeah.
and Grifta and Ti started
yeah.
what is it? Phase Records.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like it's just
Massive.
it's incredible. Like
Big,
so I was
big,
like on a
big.
call a couple months ago. And honestly, like I have ADHD and I left into the very last minute.
Yeah.
So like the track I was like I made the track the night before that I was gonna submit for the call.
It's always this is my favorite phrase. If you wait till the last minute to do something, it only takes a minute to do.
Oh,
so,
100%. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think
Always
it's one of
say
my best tracks, to be honest.
I can't wait to hear
It's
it.
so sick.
100%. It's a good track.
So like
Shows after
I
this.
made it the night
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
but I submitted two. Like one that was like okay, but then like the other one was like sick. And then so I'm like, okay, here's two options,
Cool.
and which was funny because the one I'm like, it's okay, it's just a roller. Grifta was like, yo, if this doesn't get signed, I'll sign it. I'm like, oh
sick.
shit,
Yeah, that's
okay,
what's up.
all
Yeah.
right.
That's
So
pretty
and
big.
it's funny because the sick one was the one that I ended up using his
Myself,
voice
yeah.
when I sampled his voice.
I've heard
I ended
that
up-
all the time.
Yeah.
And the-
80% royalties.
The night
At
before,
least. Minimum.
Yeah.
the night before it was due, like due for like the final like submission with mastering or no 2 days before because I submitted it to be mastered because I'm like I don't have I try to master it myself I will take way too long and I have way too much to do.
Yeah.
I'm like just submit it to be mastered. I ended up staying up for 16 hours.
Was it
I
long
was at my
night?
computer.
Was it very long
And I'm like,
night?
oh, let me
just
change
say
this,
that.
let me change this, let me change this.
And then
I'm
you come
like,
back and go do the same thing.
oh god.
You don't even say they come back.
I added like I
Go-
completely changed the track.
Yeah.
Goes down into a rabbit hole.
And this is
then
what I went down the rabbit hole.
big time.
Save it as a whole new project.
It was
Well,
basically
this
like
is
a whole
why-
new
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
within,
This
like,
is
2
why
days.
I need
It's
to
just-
finish tracks the night that I make them because you lose your inspiration and then you get a whole new inspiration and then you
Yeah.
change the whole
Yeah,
project. This
exactly.
is also why saving projects
Yeah.
as separate files.
We do that every time. Like
Yeah.
we'll say like what the day
Instantly
we
fun.
save, we'll have the day we did it, and the next time we hop in, we'll
Right?
save as a new
I
project.
made that mistake, I
'cause-
made it
Exactly. No, I'll
sick.
tell you, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I made a sick track with my little brother because he plays guitar,
Oh,
and so
cool.
like you have the authenticity
Yeah.
of the guitar. It was so sick, and then I messed with it the next day, but I accidentally saved over it.
Mm,
But I still have the bounce file of them. I'm like, you know what? I could just master
Master.
the bounce file.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
the way that I mixed it down, it sounds the clarity is there. It's just the volume needs to be pushed up.
Yeah.
Which honestly, it's like
in a saturator.
right, I'm like I'm so stubborn where I'm like I want to master everything myself. I want to do everything
Yeah.
myself because if I submit it to other people,
Mm.
I am so critical where I'm like this needs to be changed. This needs to
Yeah.
be changed. This is
Yeah.
how it should sound. I'm like I would
Might as
rather
well
just do it myself,
yourself. 100%.
right?
Like,
And I'm
once
like
it's done, you do it yourself at the end of the day.
Right,
If they're
that's
not
the way
gonna
that
do
I
it
am.
to your, like, the way you want it, just fuck off.
and
like,
I'm
do it
this is
yourself.
where I am with you. So it's like when it comes to like my tracks that I'm working on,
Yeah.
it's like why don't you just shorten the beginning and take out the outro? I'm like, well no, because then it's not DJ friendly. And I'm
Yeah.
like.
So
Like,
then, yeah, that's
Our
where the
outros
clash-
are always so
that's where the
short. That's
clash
what we're
comes.
saying.
I asked for his advice, but then I'm like, I don't take it. And I'm like,
And she doesn't take it. So then that's why we're now
That's
going to
when-
have separate little studios.
yeah,
She
we're
does her
just we're
thing.
learning. I'm like,
So-
I'll just work on my tracks with headphones on.
This will be like good for us to like clip. What are the exact like things that you guys are releasing and when are you doing it? So that way like we can clip that and push that out to people as well.
Okay,
Well,
so
If you kind of know.
Right
Because
now,
you guys have kind of talked about it, so this way we can kind of get
Right,
to,
Yeah,
like,
so
yeah.
I mean, I've got my EP coming up, which is called Just the Beginning, because it is just the beginning of
Sorry,
everything. And it's mad because the first song on it is called The Start, which is obviously pans into the whole meaning of the album.
Yeah.
But that was meant to come out the 4th of October last year, but there was a bit of a delay with the artwork, etc.
Yeah.
Which, if anything, everything happens for a reason because
Right.
I feel like it wasn't the right time to release it, and I've still got to do a few extra bits on the tracks. Because since meeting Chiffon Azpect, she's like, no, we've got to do a few little bits here, we've got to adjust a few little bits here and there.
Bit tight, yeah.
So then, if anything, it's all happened for a reason. Maybe it wasn't the right time to release it, but I think when we get back to Vancouver and we kind of start cracking down and working hard, I think, I don't know.
Can't wait.
What do you reckon on time frame for the album?
well, considering we both have ADHD,
It's very
A couple months.
Yeah, maybe
I
about
mean,
that.
it's sorting that part out.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be a.
So I reckon what by summer?
Yeah, by summer.
Yeah, by
Perfect.
summer I'll have my EP out. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
that's my next.
Yeah, and
thing.
then mine I have. Well, I still need to make a few little adjustments to the track I submitted for the Women's
Yeah.
Day album, and then I have an album that I'm working on.
Perfect. Wow.
I have a bunch of tracks in there already, but I want to get to at least 30 tracks, 30
Wow.
ideas,
Yeah.
and then
have
cut it
them
back, pick
kinda-
the rest, or
yeah.
like pick the best ones,
Yeah.
and then finish those,
Yeah.
and then so I have the best ones for the album.
So cool.
I've got maybe about 15 so far ready for that,
Cool.
which are nearly finished,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
finished tracks. So
Cool.
it's
It's gonna
and
be
then
a long year.
And then
Yeah.
shows. You
Good
got
year.
shows in between
honestly,
that too.
like
yeah.
between us and knowing we both have ADHD, it's like
Yeah.
okay, let's plan. I'm a planner, so I'm like, all right,
I
let's
am a
get the
planner.
to-do list. Let's.
Yeah.
We're trying to
And
get
honestly,
structure in place.
What's really funny because so Don Darko inspired me to quit my full-time job.
Wow. That's awesome.
To go full time into what I love and what
Yeah.
I'm doing. And because
Yeah.
when you're put in those moments where it's like, oh, I need to make rent, it's like you're
gonna be
a
a hustler.
hustler,
Mm.
Yeah.
right?
You gotta
And
put
it's
the
like,
graft in. Do you know what I mean?
and for me, it's like because I do accounting, I do marketing, I do a ton of different things,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I have accounting clients on the side. I gave the job that I was working at 2 weeks notice, and they came back with an offer like, hey, can you come part-time?
Yeah.
And like I'm like, if it's hybrid, so we still need to have that meeting when I get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. That's like I do marketing. You know what I mean? I have a platform for the music industry. It's top secret right now that I'm building.
Cool.
I have
hush, hush.
my music. I have touring. I have a lot of things on the
Yeah.
go right now. So if I
Yeah.
can just, and I'm a planner, so I'm like, if I could arrange and
Incorporate
calculate
everything,
and like
Yeah.
incorporate in both of our schedules and what we want to do, because
Yeah.
our end goal is to be able to live and work
Wherever.
from anywhere in the
Yeah.
world and
Yeah.
like run our own businesses and
Yeah.
run everything for ourselves, and
Cool.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like that is the end goal. So
Yeah,
it's
of course.
it's
We've got-
just we're in the beginning stages of that. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
like
awesome.
the thing is like we have things constantly we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this.
That's the downfall to it, because we've got stuff to do and we'll be doing one of them things which would then
Trigger
create
another.
another thing, and it's just like, we just need to focus on that one thing, because otherwise we're just not going to get anything
Add
done.
them to the to-do list, which
We seem to be adding more to the to-do list than we're checking off, which is
I
just
mean,
you know what? It's a part of the
Yeah,
learning
course.
suffering
experience.
from success. I mean,
exactly.
And I'm a workaholic. Like I've the last 5 years I've just been all work. And
No
like
rest.
I'm sure it seems like from social media, it's like
Yeah.
oh I'm having all this stuff. That's all I post is like
Yeah.
when I'm tired, but people
trying
don't
to get
see
better
the
with that.
backsides of it,
Yeah.
right?
Of course.
That's like when I'm touring, I'm also working remotely
Yeah.
for my full time job at the same time while touring
Yeah.
a different city every day, and it's like maybe getting 2 hours of sleep a night, and
Yeah.
like that stacked on top of that and on top of that, it's like.
intense.
it's a lot, man.
And
Yeah,
it's like,
a lot.
and that was my
I mean, how
How are
vacation
you gonna
time,
succeed, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
right?
gotta-
And
yeah.
I was like, I was working remotely while taking my vacation days, so it's like, so I could extend my vacation days, so I could tour more.
Nice.
So it's like I really haven't had a day off in 5 years,
Yeah.
and so it's like,
That's amazing. Like, how can you fail though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
I mean,
Like,
we're both
like,
when
we're
you're-
both driven, we're
We're
both.
both just focused and we
On
know,
point
we
and-
know what we want to do. So as you said a minute ago, for the shows, we've got, I don't know, we've got a show in Calgary coming up.
Calgary, Edmonton, we're
Edmonton,
working on.
There's a lot
There's
more.
a lot. I
there's
can't
a
say
lot.
too much more
We can't
because
say
they're
a
still
lot.
in the talks right now.
Okay.
So
Still
it's
in
like
the hush
Yeah.
hush stage
Yeah,
at the moment.
so-
We'll keep our eyes out. We'll keep
No.
our
working on it, but
We'll
yeah,
stay in
we're
touch for sure. You guys are
Oh,
super
100%.
amazing.
Thailand,
For real.
Oh,
like-
so, yeah,
Yeah.
can't say too much. But it's we've got a very busy year ahead of us. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, go on.
I've loved chatting with you guys. However, we do need to kind
Wrap
of
it
bring
up.
it to a wrap a bit.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
if you guys have like a tip or a couple tips for any like newer DJs, newer producers
Or
to
if you want to
Keep
shout
with
out
it.
anyone that you haven't shouted out yet, that we can like also like like
I mean,
keep
my
videos on.
my biggest tip would be keep with it
Mhm.
when you're feel like you're failing or you feel like you're not getting anywhere. Keep with it.
Just keep
Surround
pushing.
yourself
Just
with
keep
people.
pushing.
Surround yourself with people that are bigger
Yeah.
and more successful that you look up to,
Yeah.
so that you keep driving to be like them. Because if you surround yourself with people that are partying and, you know, dragging you down,
Yeah.
that's going to keep you down at that level. If you keep shooting for the people that you look up to, you're going to keep building yourself, and people are then going to get inspired by you, which then you can teach them how to do it. So it's like filtered effect.
Trickle
It's
effect,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's just keep going.
Yeah.
Keep following artists that you look up to. And honestly, reach out to us.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
if-
Talk,
Please do.
honestly,
communicate.
like,
Yeah, communication is
honestly,
key.
we are both super open to
Yeah.
talking to people and to
100%.
helping people. That's
100%.
both part of our thing. It's like,
yeah.
I love helping people. He loves helping people.
course.
And if people reach out to us, we're more than happy to
More
help
than
and
happy.
give tips and give, you know,
Any
links
guidance
and guidance and
yeah,
advice
any knowledge,
and,
you know what I mean?
you
I
know,
mean,
we're not charging for it. We're
no,
just
of course,
like,
it's
it's all
50
in the
bucks.
it's all in the love of the music.
Well, maybe in time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's-
I mean, my tip would be just don't give up.
Yeah,
Literally
don't
just-
give up.
No matter what people say, no matter what the voices in your head say or the thoughts in your head say, like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Don't pay any attention to what other people are doing on social media, etc. As long as you're focused and you're in your lane, hard work, dedication will always pay off. Consistency is key.
Yeah.
And also networking is a massive part to
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
So as long as you
He's
network,
teaching me that.
as long as you network, like networking is a massive part to even just meeting her. Like if I didn't put myself out there and start just communicating and networking with people, I wouldn't have got involved with the TMA, etc. And
Even last night, we were at a karaoke bar,
it's
and there was a vocalist that came on, and she was
Unreal.
amazing. We both looked at each other, we're like,
literally as soon as she
I
started
would
singing,
love to.
Okay.
we were just
sample
like,
that.
and I said to her, we need to have a
Yeah,
chat with her.
yeah.
And
He
then,
tried talking to her boyfriend.
he won't
That
have none of
didn't
it.
that didn't
He
go.
won't have none
I
of it.
talked to her. I ended up just like she was walking out to the bar. I walked out to the bar, and I was just like, your voice is amazing.
Yeah.
Linked with her, got her Instagram. I'm like,
So,
we're all
yeah,
just like,
fingers
let's
crossed
collaborate.
We can do a
That's
little
cool.
collaboration.
Yeah,
But
love
she's
that.
like an Alicia Keys type voice.
Like
Powerful.
amazing, powerful
So
voice.
powerful.
And all it talks is just talking to people. And like,
Yeah. So
if
just-
people are feeling like you're failing, reach out to us.
Yeah,
We're
please
more
do.
than happy
Please
to
do.
talk.
Please
like,
do. Come on, it's all love.
Bless.
Yeah.
I just wanna. I mean, for me, the shout out JLK Familia. Massive love to everyone that's obviously supporting from the get go and
shout
everyone.
out
that's-
at TMA.
And shout out TMA.
Sharky, love you.
We love everyone supporting and obviously
Yeah.
thank you guys for having
Bless,
us on.
dude. Yeah. Thank you guys. Seriously.
It's been an
Yeah.
absolute
It's been a
pleasure. man.
pleasure.
Seriously,
Thank you.
so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course.
It's
Thanks.
all love. Vamos.
Love you guys.
Love you, everyone.